Hello everybody, welcome back to SnowRunner, my hard mode playthrough. In the garage, not going to do anything with this Caterpillar, it just happens to be the truck that's on the focus. I think I've got a bug that's affected my save. Now it's a bug that works in my favour, so I want to explain it so that nobody thinks I've hacked it, modded it, cheated it, whatever. It's got to be a bug, and I didn't notice this, but actually the tail of the last episode, which you guys pretty much watched me do the Kodiak outfitting and then leave the garage and park it up for a screenshot. I didn't notice when I was recording it, I did mention how wallowy the truck was and said it's empty, it must be really bad when it's full. And the bottom line is that add-on that I put on the Kodiak, the fuel add-on, has got 1800 litres of fuel in it. Now, and I don't understand it. And so in the previous episode, I put the Kodiak in the garage, fitted an add-on that I already had in stock to that Kodiak, exited the garage, drove it around and parked it. And at the point that you exit the garage, you can just see, when I looked back at it, the hologram green effect of the fuel is in the tank. So the reason I've come into the garage now is so that I can jump into that Kodiak, and as it loads, as it fades out from black, you can see the hologram that I'm talking about, just about the sort of very faint shade of green there on the tank, just faded away right there. So basically, somehow, you can see it again when I've gone to the V menu, somehow this Kodiak add-on is full. And that can't happen, right? When you take a fuel add-on off a truck in the garage, it tells you this will empty it if you do this, and I wouldn't have taken it off if it was full or even part full. So I'm really confused. Somehow I fitted this and somehow I've gained 1800 litres of fuel. To me, there's no way that the game would do that, so therefore that's got to be a bug. But given that the game also bugged and lost me a whole load of fuel in Michigan, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm just showing you guys what I can see so that hopefully you believe that there's nothing fishy going on here. That's just what the game has chosen to do. But I've gained 1800 litres of fuel, basically. Which, I'm not going to lie, I'm quite happy with. But I just don't understand how it's happened. So I'm going to leave this here for a minute, and then I'm going to jump into the Taiga, because this is just fuel at the... As far as I'm concerned, this is just fuel at the garage. I'm not far off full with the Taiga as well. But what I was going to do is fill up. It's thrown me a little bit. I didn't really know what I was going to do for the start of this episode. I think what I should do is go down and put enough fuel to allow me to get the Ford pickup truck back. I don't know whether... So this is a bit of a funny location, isn't it, right? I can get here through this bit of muddy road the way I've done before, or I can go around the crafting location and down a solid road and basically avoid mud all the way. I think what I'm going to do is go down the way that I've gone before and then come out the other way, because I want to get my pickup truck up to this upgrade and then probably get my semi-trailer up somewhere around this residential area so I can start thinking about deliveries and things. So yeah, Taiga is going to leave the garage, head down the way we've gone before, and hopefully have enough fuel to get there. But if need be, I will move this Kodiak up around the map somewhere. But yeah, completely thrown me that. I'm not going to say I'm not happy about it, because I've gained a whole load of fuel, but I'd be interested in you guys' comments, because as far as I know, that's got to be a bug, if only because the game tells you when you unequip an add-on that you'll lose the fuel if you carry on. Yeah, around this twisty bit. Very confused outlay. I thought it might have been something that happened when I loaded the save up now. I've exited and reloaded, and obviously the fuel's still there, but then I looked back at the footage at the end of the previous episode, and just at the moment it's easier to see because you're coming out from the garage into the shade of the garage, so it's a bit easier to see the green hologram. I just didn't notice it when I was playing to record the previous episode, but right at the end of the last episode, just as I leave the garage, you can see the fuel add-on is full and the truck is wallowing because of that. Strange. Push these out of the way gently enough that they don't delete any suspension. I'd like to get the Ford and the blue trailer both back to the civilization out of this corner of the map for now. Maybe the red trailer as well. The red 4 slot. I suppose that probably means I ought to pick the 4 slot up now, doesn't it? Because I want to come out via the road, not coming back this way. Maybe I'll hook that 4 slot on the back and take it with me now. Pull it a bit to get it past that power pole. Too far away. There we go. Right, let me think about this. I'm going to use this side. I'm not going to go take this in the yard. I'm going to... Oh, power pole jankiness. Sorry about that. Right, I'll take it that far and make myself a new gate. And then that's not a bad place for me to hook up to it as I'm driving out. I could even hook the pickup truck onto it if I feel it needs engine support. This is metal beam crafting, so I can't do anything with this trailer here. Engine off. Let me chuck a bit of fuel into the Ford. 70 litres. I need to get that Ford back to that fuel bunker, basically. And now I'll jump into the Ford. Suppose I could put the Ford on the trailer, couldn't I? Change truck. Move the Ford out of the way a little bit. So I've got to get it back to fuel. I might hook it onto this and then tow this with the Tega, and between the two of them they can get me out of here to fuel. And I've got nothing to load onto this here, so although it feels weird taking an empty trailer, there's nothing at the moment I want to put on there. So engine off, out of the way. Let me just look at what is in this area. Yeah, I picked up the cargo from this place. There's some brick up in the hills, some wood framing back in the swamp, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Get these two in convoy back to fuel and civilization. That's my priority. And the idea with the red trailer is that, not that I would normally have a truck on the front of it, I'd normally pull it with a tow rope, but effectively I've got 9 slots of cargo if I use the Taiga in this configuration plus that red trailer. A little bit risky if anything tips off it, but for road related deliveries, probably safe. When I'm just ferrying materials between 2 fairly easy to access locations. We'll see though. That is a trail there. I can't resist having a quick look. Well, that's just dropped the winch, but... yeah, okay, so this is really where I want the board to go off. And look for the upgrade. I didn't drop the winch. Odd. Right, so I'm gonna just a quick detour, grab that upgrade while I'm going past in the pickup truck. 64 litres of fuel. But I'm not going very far. Famous last words, eh? I'm going to here and then up there. Oh, look at that view. Look at that view. Wow. Pretty impressive. Right, turn left at this waypoint. That's a bit of a climb, isn't it? Engine off. Active suspension for the Collab 74-7. So they're both 74 something, aren't they? I think this is the active suspension for the flat nosed one. That at the moment I still think is the top of my list. Right. Don't fancy... yeah, it should be right to turn around here. Turn it around without dropping it off the side of the cliff, hopefully. Or tipping it over where there's no rocks outside of it. Steady. Lights on. Wow. Bright. Right, we'll get this trailer reattached, get a winch back on, get moving. Didn't use too much fuel getting that upgrade. Glad I got it while I was passing. And then I'll have to have a look at what that route actually is, if there's a sort of cargo destination down it. I'll leave the engine running because I'm going to run it while I'm towing anyway. Lights. Let's go. Oh. Got the red trailer stuck on a post. Managed to jerk it free. I think I'll take this whole convoy to the construction site. Partly because there's fuel there, partly because I can store these wooden planks there. And then I can rethink what it is I need to do next. Following me on a fairly good line through here. I just need to go wide enough on the corners to give the board a chance to get that trailer around the corner. Without too much difficulty. It seems to be working alright. Following me like a snake. No problem. So this is like the main delivery point for the 3 factory contracts. The 3 different delivery locations. That's the loading zone with a roof on it, where I'm told that the crane wire will clip through the roof, so that's useful. And then this road is a bit of a descent down to the construction site. And then that's another unload site with a roof over it. Let's get these in and store these wooden planks. I'm sure this is one where I can store stuff. Engine off. Cargo container. Yeah, so that's got no cabins in stock, but if I do that, I could then craft a cabin because I've now got 2 containers and the wooden planks. I'm assuming that's what I need to do, so maybe I'll craft 1 and then I've got a cabin in stock and I can see what I need it for. Then not enough. Yeah. So then now I could put that on the... I'm not going to, but I could put that on the loading platform. Fine. And just... I don't know if it'll actually tell me. Yeah, okay. I don't know whether this will let me store any cargo or only the cargo that's needed for the crafting here. So whether I could put metal in here or not, I don't know yet. Right, what's next? So my trailer down at the gateway, that fuel trailer, is ready to be delivered. So where did that need to go? That was the hunting needs, wasn't it? Fuel for the hunter. So that one isn't far from where I am. And I would say that the board is perfect to do that. So, and I'd like to get some fuel in it. Let's get the Pacific and the cat moved. A little bit tidy up. While I'm looking at this corner of the map. Get any fuel that I can out of that cat. So that's in the garage now, mainly so that I can change it into logging configuration. I'd like to try and get... I can select it. I cannot select the Kodiak. See if we can get a bit more fuel out of that. There's 21 left. I'm not selling it with that in it. That's fine though, it's tidy. The next thing I was going to do anyway is get the Ford to drop its trailer somewhere. Don't really know where, so maybe I'll just put it in here for a minute. Somewhat out of the way. That'll do. And then the Ford can run down to the garage, get refueled, go and do some work. I'm tidying up loose bits before us really get into the big haulage phase, really. I may even end up taking the Ford back in the flooded foothills. Let's get me a sneaky repair while I'm here. Don't use my repair points unless I have to. Trailer into the Ford. That's only 13 points. Let's go. Fuel. Engine off. Right, so refuel, custom pickup, and utility mount. And then the Ford main tank is empty. I have to jump trucks to do that, but I'm just going to put the cat in the garage because it's empty now. So I've got 2 of these cat forklifts in the garage. Both due to be sold. I'll do that another time. Map. Kodiak. And then I can refuel myself and the Ford. There we go. It is quite funny. I'm not going to lie, I don't understand. I'm sure it's a bug. How often do bugs benefit us, the players? I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, but it does seem a bit strange. Right, okay, so back down here, grab that trailer, and then I'm going to haul that trailer back to the construction site and up the hill for $4,100. And it cleans up the map a little bit as well. That equipment trailer needs taken up into the hills near this gateway, but I'd rather do that in the Tiger or something bigger. Don't really want to take that up in the Ford. Probably could, to be fair, but can't attach this because it's a scout trailer and I'm the wrong type of scout. Don't even know what that trail is. There's still bits of this map I haven't really got my head around what the routes are to get from A to B. Maybe that's a shortcut to where I just went up and got the upgrade. I'll have a look in a bit. I know there's a contest to do with chasing your way through those rocks in that rough direction. Just make sure I know where it is. I've got to turn off here. I think it's the next left. So more or less, I need to go here. And there. And I went up to that cabin when I was on my way up to the watchtower that's on top of this hill. And I remember thinking to myself, I think I said in the video, that this looks like a delivery place, because it was just this cabin in the middle of the mountain with nothing else near it. So I don't know how many of you are in the UK, and I think my viewers, the biggest group is US, and then there is a fair bit of UK viewers as well. And in the UK we're going through a heat wave at the minute, and I'm not going to try and do Fahrenheit, but I think it's been 32 or 34 degrees here today, centigrade, which is damn hot by our standards for a country that doesn't believe in aircon in private houses. It's been damn hot. I was going to record a bit earlier today, but my PC and laptop were just too hot. I was a bit worried about overheating issues, so I shut them down and left them for a bit. But yeah, it's damn hot here right now, even at 9:30 PM, which is the time that I'm recording this. Right, here we go. This will do the delivery when we drag this in. Great, my weekend is saved. Thanks, you did us a favour. You're welcome, mate. If you're spending a weekend in that little shed, I hope you got some quality company. My weekend is saved. Sounds like he's on his own. Hope you've at least got an Xbox with SnowRunner on it. Sticky, sticky stuff. Get myself on a big tree and get some movement. That'll do it. Let's go down and see how much fuel's in the maintenance trailer. Maybe one I could deliver. That's fun. Luring it down the side of a mountain. Right, how much have you got? Fuel. So I can get that down to 200 and then I can hand it in, but I've got a ways to go for that yet. I'll tell you what, let's deliver our first cabin. I should probably activate all of these really now. So the sewage treatment facilities. Literally pick a cabin up from there, take it to there. It'll give me a chance to see how that crane mechanism works with the blue crane. I probably need to be mapped to get into the Tega. So, because I haven't thought yet about, I want to bring through a big crane truck, but I haven't thought yet about where and when I need it. So cargo, cabin, put it on the loading platform. Crane mode, legs. Get one loaded up. I just want to see how this works, because it's just a thing I've not done yet before. Still the crane, pack the cargo. So I'm going to take this, literally, I'm just going to take this over the road there and see how the mechanism works. Refuel, maintenance trailer, nice. So this is just satisfying my curiosity, basically. Unpack it. Crane. Legs. Because this might not lift high enough to do the clipping through the roof thing that I'm told works. And this is the bit where the devs kind of want and expect you to use forklifts. Okay, so I can clip through the roof. I might just use big cranes for this. I might just park a big crane here. And then I can push that in, and that is most definitely in, right? I might just push the hole in it, but it's in. Right, so then how do I actually get it to register that it's delivered? What's my... Restore the crane. Is there a cargo mode? There was on the other map. Is there a certain area? Let me just drop this trailer off so I can maneuver a little bit. Let me turn my engine off. Did it actually update it to say that one of the three's already been delivered? No, it says put 3 of them in there. It's in. Is it fully in? Looks to me like it's fully in the marching ants area. And when I tried this on the forklift, when I was sort of parked close enough to it, it showed me it as a cargo area to say, yeah, you're delivering it. But I'm pressing the cargo button and getting nothing. Maybe you need to deliver all 3 before it gives you the choice. I'm just going to push it in a little bit more. There we go. It's most definitely in now. Nobody can argue that that's not in. But it's not giving me a cargo option to deliver. Fine. Be like that. I'm sure I'll work it out, but maybe it needs all 3 of them for it to count. I remember something. I'll have to look through my comments again. I do remember something about maybe doing them in a certain order, because you can reuse them apparently. But maybe doing them in a certain order to make that more efficient. Right. Well, I did it to satisfy my curiosity, and my curiosity is more intrigued now than it was before. So what I also need to work out is which of these sites give you unlimited resources. Alright, it's another loose end for a minute. I am going to detach that trailer again, leave it where it is. I'm going to run down to the gateway, grab the equipment trailer and take it up into the hill. Because I think I don't mind just having a bit of time to get rid of a bunch of loose ends before I work out how to do the big, like, grindy stuff. These loose ends are just easy. And it says once I've delivered it that it'll give me access to some resources. Tools for the warehouse. I think it's this one. Yeah, so $6,900. But it says when I deliver it that they will share some of the stock with me. Maybe I should be taking a trailer with me to get that stock out, but I don't know what it is yet even. So I'm just going to run up there at the minute. Up there being that route. And thinking about it, I should be bringing the blue trailer, shouldn't I? Because I'm going to have to come back down empty. And then probably go back up again anyway. I thought I came without the trailer because I thought I'd just attach this one, but I could have dragged this up on a rope. Then came back with some cargo, but oh well. Maybe I wouldn't have enjoyed coming up here with a blue trailer and Caterpillar in this anyway. So maybe this is for the best. I bet that Kolob would stomp up here though. I think it can only take a high saddle, nothing else, which is a bit of a bummer because I haven't got a high saddle trailer. Not for cargo anyway. I've got the fuel trailer, but yeah. And in Imandra, I used the Tatra Phoenix with high saddle and it did a really good job. So I am a little bit in two minds because the Phoenix could also have a crane on it. Whereas I don't think the Kolob can. So the Kolob would need somebody else to load any loading location. Whereas the Phoenix just did a champ of a job. And I don't think this terrain is as hard as Imandra was. Yeah, maybe this isn't the easy way. Maybe there's a descent down the other side because it looks like I've gone over the top of a hill. Maybe I'd have been better off coming up the power line side. Just because it looked like on the map it was pretty close to the garage area. No, this isn't the route. Very scenic though. Still miles away. That's funny. Right, so after a long and arduous trek over the top of the mountain, let's see what loot they're going to give me. So at the moment, this is a delivery point and there's nothing else here. There's no cargo at all. Great. It's much better here now. You can take some resources from the warehouse if you need them. And I'll take the $6,900 as well. Thank you very much. And then now the warehouse gives me 10 metal rolls. So I guess that's quite significant. 2 small pipes and some cement. 5 cement. So I suspect I'll be in and out of here to cart that lot out, because that is a significant amount. And the other route will be a lot easier. Couldn't be much harder, could it? Okay, cool. Now what? Alright, so what I'm going to do... See how much time we got. I've got an unlimited supply here of cargo containers. So I'm going to chuck one on the back of the Grad. Yeah, it's only cargo containers. So this is my place to get cargo containers without having to craft them. I'm going to take this in, because I think I'll get the Grad in to Big Salmon Peak, do some work. Because that's where all my fuel is, right? So it just makes sense to me to focus a bit of my efforts in Big Salmon Peak for a bit. There we go. So I think I've got enough fuel in this truck to get myself into Big Salmon Peak. And get to the garage to refuel. And then move this around the map a little bit. I'm going to go this way rather than the railway, because I've done a partial route this way. And it's alright. And the railway can be a bit hairy sometimes if you're top heavy. Although so can these rocks, but we'll see. Could be alright. Yeah, we'll get the Grad in, and then we've got the Grad as another option to do some stuff in Big Salmon Peak. It might be that the Grad will run around and pick things up to put them on the big trailers, and then the Taiga or something will do the ferrying, but the Grad can do the sort of satellite flitting about, picking stuff up. And then before the next episode, I promise, I will sit down and have a bit of a game plan in terms of knowing where I'm going to get the cargo and then the order I want to do the contracts in. I don't know if it's a preferred order. I know there was a comment about somebody did something in a certain order and then wished they'd done it the other way, so I'm going to find that comment and reread it and make sure I understand what was meant by that. Because the things that I would do with the Grad on this map, I just haven't got enough fuel for. And at the moment, I don't feel like carting fuel back, particularly. Not until I know I need it for a certain thing. Right, so the Grad makes an appearance in Big Salmon Peak. Into the garage, get some fuel. I can get some out of the maintenance trailer. Gets to the point I can deliver that maintenance trailer, and then that'll be something else I can tick off as done. Refuel 410, nearly there. So it keeps trying to get me to deliver these to the warehouse in the mountain, and I am not sure. Is that a place I can drive to, or is that a place that requires a crane? Because it looks pretty high up that cliff. Is that something I could drive like that and just deliver it? Because I've deferred them because I thought that they were probably deliver it with a big crane job. But looking at that from this angle, that's too high up a cliff, I think. Let me go and have a little look. Maybe I should take the Ford instead, really, to scout that, but let's have a look. Because if it looks like it needs a crane, then I'll bring a crane. I had assumed that that was what these were, but that's really high. I can't even see the big crane getting up there, can you? Not from this side anyway, so let's go up and have a look. If I took the red trailer plus the blue trailer into Flooded Foothills, I could bring 4 of these back at a time with an unlimited supply. Yeah, that's a straightforward. I could just drive that in. I delayed delivering them when I had the 2 of them that I brought in the blue trailer in the first place. It's a little bit of a tip hazard. I don't necessarily like that terrain, but managed it. From the lay of the land, I thought that this was a deliver it with a crane job. Back her up, get her out. We've got another one of those containers in the crafting zone, so I might pick it up and deliver the other one of these, and then that's that task done. Probably should have turned it around. No, I just caught on that rock. That works. Just chuck it down the mountain. So I'll load up the one of these that I had previously stored in this cargo zone, and then look at delivering it. Cargo container onto the loading platform. And the next one might not be so easy to get to. Looks to me like it might be a case of back up the same way that I just did, and try and get across there without that camber tipping me over. Can but try. Quite high up in the hills, so I don't think, you know, it's definitely not something you're going to get from down here. I should have looked at the terrain a bit better before. Grad's a good truck for it. So have I got all of the upgrades now? I think I have. I'll have to have a look on the profile in a minute. But I think that Collab active suspension that I got earlier this episode, I think that might be the last upgrade in this region. Right, so this is a pretty rough camber. I don't really like it, to be honest. Are there any trees above me? Not really, nothing to speak of. So there's a down slope there. What's that? Where does it go to? Would I have been better off trying to climb up? Because going across the face of this is obviously much more dangerous than... Yeah, I'm not sure I like that. I think discretion is a better part of valor, and I should try and go down. Turn a little bit here where it's a bit flatter. That looks like that would have been a trap, and my truck would be on the side if I wasn't careful here. And not that I'm saying that that's gonna not still happen, but going straight up the cliff, trying not to turn on the slope. Yeah, doesn't mean I definitely would have tipped, but I think the odds are that was a tip if I'd have tried to drive straight over that. So I feel a bit pleased with myself. Spotted the hazard before I drove Leroy style right into it. I must be learning something, right? Let's get a rope on the tail, because that'll give me a little bit of lateral movement to get the hips past this rock. And then this will be don't drive it off the cliff, pal. Don't be stupid. No, 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 no. Oh, feeling pleased with myself. Feeling pleased with myself. And then did that. Oh my days. Just didn't see that as that steeper thing to cause me a problem. Well, what do we do about that? What do we do about that? Because the thing is, if I use that as a thumbnail, that's a spoiler, right? You guys will know then what I did. Unfortunately, that close to where I needed to be, that is all I've got time for in this episode. Just after I congratulated myself for seeing a hazard and avoiding it rather than Leroying it, within minutes, look what I did. I say again, what am I like? Okay, so I'm going to leave this episode here, and we will get this back on its wheels in the next episode, get this delivery done, and press on with something else. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope it gave you a bit of a chuckle the way that I've ended it. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. But in the meantime, thank you very much and goodbye.